I hope you don't mind the dark. Hello strangers, I'm Rachel Renner, and as part of Top 5 Wednesday I will be talking about some of my favourite creepy settings in books. But if that's too much for you, let me just turn the light on. Now isn't that better? So in no particular order, here it goes. A book I think that contains some really good creepy settings has to be the Madman's Daughter trilogy. Yes, the first one has a creepy location of the island, because if you don't know, the first book in the series, Madman's Daughter, is based on Monroe's Island by H.G. Wells. So we've got that creepy location, and we also have Victorian London, which is a belt of creepy locations and will appear more than once in this video. But I also like a little space for the castle that appears in the final book and like the hidden passageways and stuff, and I won't say more because it is the last book. But yeah, tons of creepy locations. And now one of my favourite creepy locations, which is somewhat linked to Madman's Daughter, is the ice mountain that appears in Modern Furious by Mary Shelley, aka Frankenstein. I really hate that title, but that's a rant for another video. The ice mountain is the backdrop to a really important scene in the book, and like, I don't know, like, because most people know what happens in Modern Furious, it's like really iconic, but I also don't want to like spoil it because like most adaptations haven't adapted Modern Furious well. I could make tons of videos on Frankenstein, and maybe I will. It is October, so like I really like the ice mountain and just everything that goes with that. So, Ice Mountain. And another book series with tons of creepy settings would be the Shades of London series by Maureen Johnson. But I'm picking Name of the Star for this one. So this one, I'm picking the bathroom, but follow up there's also like abandoned train tunnels and stuff that appear in this book. There's like tons of creepy stuff at all locations around London, because like London is just genuinely a creepy place because of how old it is. It has tons of like creepy locations, but I picked the bathroom of the scale this book is set in, and I won't say more because spoilers, but yeah, this is a really good series just generally. Also it has Jack the Ripper-ish stuff in modern day. You'd Maureen Johnson. You wanna know how much I love this book? This is my second copy. I bought it second hand and then I went and bought it, and I got the second book for review and then I went and bought it. So I don't do that with a lot of books, but with this one I did. And I also have met Maureen Johnson. She's awesome. Another book that brings us back to Victorian London. It's creepy as hell, is The Devil's Workshop. This is the third book in the Rad series by Alex Gershon, but I picked this one because tunnels. And it appears near the end of the book, I think, so I don't really want to say more because this is the third one, but tunnels. And just like kind of about this series is it's kind of like post Jack the Ripper, and it's about Scotland Rad starting to investigate murders, so like each book has a different murder. So if you kind of like that kind of thing with like Sherlock Holmes books kind of set in that point, and like kind of the buff of forensics, it's a good pace to start. I really do like this series. It's written by American, actually Maureen Johnson is obviously American too, and I'm kind of like hesitant to read stuff by Americans when it comes to like British culture, but I think Alex Gershon does actually do an okay job of it. Last but not least, we also have The House in Frozen Charlotte by Alex Bell. This house was originally a boarding school, so we have that creep factor. It was a boarding school in Victorian times, so it all links up. I can link all these books together. I guess I have a very specific thing as to what I find creepy, which is Victorians. Terrify me. No, Frozen Charlotte is set during like modern times. The sequel, Charlotte Says, is set in Victorian times, so if you like that stuff. This house like ticks a lot of like horror stuff you need. It's not only is it on an island, not on the mainland, it's isolated within the island in that they're miles away from anyone. So it's like really creepy. And then so when this creepy stuff starts happening, and also it's just haunted by itself. Never mind the Fools and Charlottes, it's just haunted. So creepy as hell. I know this is top 5, but I have a bonus book. I haven't actually finished reading this book, so that's why I wasn't in the list, but I would like to say that Deadhouse by Dawn Cutchin is creepy. Like, the Deadhouse is creepy. And some of the other settings are really creepy, and the setting of this book, it has a boarding school as well, so links to Fools and Charlotte. Like, the settings are really important in this book, and they play a really important part, and it also has an asylum. Like, well, that's not the word they use anymore. It's like, it also has like a mental hospital in it, so, you know, it has a lot of traditionally creepy settings, and I think some actual creepy settings portrayed really well. It's just a bonus. I haven't finished reading it, that's why it wasn't originally planned for this list, but like, there's a lot of stuff going on with the pages as well. So that's some of my favourite creepy locations. What are yours? So I will see you weirdos next time, where you will be completely in the dark. Farewell. Why am I not talking right today? It was also a boarding house in Victorian London. No, it wasn't. It was on the Isle of Skye. It wasn't magically London. But so you can see the books, let me turn my light on. Is this worse or better? You decide.